What's good, peeps? Thanks always for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. As expected, I guess, Dereck Chisora gets the job done against David Price, who came in as a late replacement for Joseph Parker. What did he come in on? 3 weeks notice? Something like that. I think that result would have probably happened exactly like that if he came on 6 months notice, to be honest with you. So I know a lot of people on Twitter are saying it was only 3 weeks notice. It would have been exactly the same result if David Price fought him on 3 months, 6 months, a year's notice. At this stage of David Price's career, I think if you are a promoter or manager booking him, you have to take some responsibility for what could happen, right? And I mean something serious. I don't want to see David Price in the ring anymore. I know some people might say, oh, chuck him lower level down. Anymore, regardless of who he's fighting. And he might win some of those fights, the Dave Allens of the world, who he just beat. I don't want to see David Price in the ring anymore. His punch resistance has completely gone. Completely gone. And I just think at this stage, you're rolling the dice with serious injuries, right? Serious injuries. I actually tweeted I thought the stoppage was a bit weird. He got up and I thought, you know what, David Price can punch. They might let him kind of go out on his shield. I fully understand now, so I take that tweet back. I fully understand why his corner threw the towel in. They've seen that situation with David Price one too many times, if not them personally, but you know, we've seen it. And I just think they thought, you know what, the end is nigh. Why kind of give him more punishment? Yeah, so I don't want to see him again. As for Chisora, he goes marching on, right? Chisora looks, I know it was only David Price and maybe, was it the guy's name, Spilker before that, but Chisora looks better. I mean, I dare say he looks a bit better. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's because he's fighting lower opposition, even though he looked pretty good against Dillian Whyte before he got stopped. Is it the new strength and conditioning that he's added to his camp, something that wasn't really there before? It was there. Don't be fooled by people saying he didn't do no strength and conditioning. He did. I've been in a Chisora camp. He definitely did strength and conditioning, but maybe it's gone up a level in terms of who's providing that strength and conditioning now. Maybe it's working with Dave Coldwell. I don't know. Although he didn't work with Dave Coldwell fully for this camp, I'm pretty sure he done something. Maybe it's the David Haye influence. I don't know what it is, but he looks better. He looks fitter. He looks stronger. He definitely looks a bit bigger as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with him next. He's an interesting matchup for a lot of people. I mean, they mentioned Usyk. I mean, the way Dereck Chisora just kind of, I don't know, comes under that kind of weird kind of peekaboo guard and kind of does the old school Joe Frazier up and down thing and just keeps on marching forward. That's not easy for Usyk. I'm not saying that he will beat Usyk, but that's a tough proposition. I mean, Carlos Takam kind of stands upright. Chisora just fucking kind of rushes at you and kind of bobs and weaves. It's not easy. So he's going to be a tough fight for anyone he fights next. It's not an easy night's work against Chisora, unless you're one of the top sort of 3 or 4 guys who are extremely big and can punch. It's not going to be easy. So I'll be keen to see who they match him up with. Hopefully it is the Joseph Parker fight again. Joseph Parker actually tweeted saying, I think something along the lines of he's good to go ASAP. So maybe they will get it on, what are we now? October, November, December, January, February, March maybe? 4 or 5 months, February, March. That'll be good, as in sort of early start to the year. See who can then go on to possibly fight for a world title, the winner of that one. But I thought this was a banana skin potentially for Chisora. I mean, he did get stiffened a couple of times. His leg did wobble. I think he got hit with an uppercut and a straight right hand. He felt the power, but he came through it well, right? He did say in the lead up to this fight, this is all about seek and destroying. And he done that from the first bell. There was no kind of feel out in the first round. He done it from the first bell. Going back to David Price, again, I want to see him call it quits. He wanted a big-ish fight. I don't know if this is a big-ish fight for him, but this fight would have kind of propelled him to bigger things. He's lost it now. That should be that. I find him so frustrating and disappointing. I don't know what it is. I just feel like, why can't he let his hands go? And it's not just him. There's so many boxers towards the tail end of their career, they don't let their hands go. I guess it's for fear of what's coming back, right? They use their hands obviously as a defense mechanism. And it's almost like they feel that if they kind of throw, they're going to get caught. And David Price is like that. It's almost like he's so scared of getting caught, he doesn't let him go. Because he stiffened Chisora there. Chisora said it after in that Sky Sports interview. And you feel like a couple more of those right hands and he can cause problems. This guy can punch, but he just doesn't let his hands go. And I mean, look, you've got a guy that doesn't let his hands go. He has cardio problems. He does. Don't be fooled by the Dave Allen performance. He does have cardio problems, and his punch resistance is gone. And what is he, 36, 37? I mean, it's time to call it quits before someone does him some real damage. Chisora is not a big puncher. I mean, if he steps in there with someone that can really hit, I mean, I think we've all seen some of the horrible incidents in boxing recently. I don't want to see one with David Price. But yeah, so Price retire, Chisora marching on. It was a decent little scrap, wasn't it, for a couple of rounds, and then it was only going to go one way. But what do you guys make of Chisora? What do you think? What do you think of Chisora's new physique, by the way? I mean, I can't be the only one that's noticed that. I can't be. Again, I think, and this is not me chucking up a PD allegation. I think it's down to him living the life and maybe a bit of strength and conditioning. But he does look like a fucking bull. And I think he weighed something like 18 stone 8. He's only 6'1" or something like that. 18 stone 8. He's going to be a bit of a problem for a few heavyweights. Yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know. Peace.